What's going on, party people? Woo. Hey, your man Griff here. Headed back home. Had a quick signing this morning. Everything's good. Just had a notification for a scheduled location change. So go do that. Going home to do some scans real quick. I know it's rough out here. Excuse me. I know it's rough out here, y'all. And many of you had an expectation of this business. You thought that you could do it this way. You thought you could just do it whenever you felt like it, that the customers who needed you would acquiesce to what you wanted, that the people who reached out to you for notary services would not press you to do it during a time that's not convenient for you, and they will wait for you. They will wait 3-4 hours in order for you to do the order for, to do the notarizations for them. And I'm talking primarily like with G&W. A lot of you thought that, hey, I'm going to work direct, and the direct will always be at a time that's convenient for me. If I do signing services, I get the order. It might say for 2 o'clock, but I don't get off till 4:30. So I'm going to do it at 5:30, maybe 6. It don't work that way. And if you're doing it that way, some people you're going to get caught, and they're going to be like, hey, we ain't messing with you no more. So it's not operating the way you want, and I know it's hard because you had an idea, you had a plan. You're like, okay, well, I'm working from this time to that time, and I'm gonna do my notary stuff at this time, and then you're not getting any phone calls. You're not getting any G&W phone calls. You're not getting any estate planning phone calls. You're not getting any loan closing calls. You're getting nothing during the time in which you want to do the notary work. But during the time that you can't do the notary work, you're getting all these notifications, and you're trying to figure out what's the deal. And the crazy part is that when I talk to people, sometimes, not all of them, it's a small percentage, but it's a small percentage that is upset that the notifications are coming out when they do. They're like, well, I don't want the notifications coming out at that time. I want them coming out for me later. And why can't they just send them out for later? Why can't I tell the people that I'll meet them at a different time for the loan closing when when I'm off work? And that's not how it works. Because you got to understand, you're just a random notary they selected. They had no idea that they was going to select you, who could only do it at 4:30 or later, when they want it done at 1 p.m. or 10 a.m. They didn't know that. They didn't coordinate with you. They didn't have a conversation with you. You're not a part of their team. You're not their employee for them to take that into consideration and say, we'll do this for our employee. No, you're just a random individual who happens to have a notary stamp, who happens to be in a database that says you meet the so-called qualifications or criteria for them to use as a notary to do the closings. That's who you are, and that's who I am. And you're upset because the closing is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you don't take lunch until 12:30. And you try to schedule it for your lunch, and they're like, no, I told them 10. And you're like, well, I can't be available until 12:30. And the way some people do that to the signers is like, well, I'm telling you this is what time I'm going to be available, so you got to adjust to me. And it don't work that way. And then you have the people that want to go and say, well, I want to do Ron. Because I figured if I do Ron, because you got people who work from home, you got people who do homeschooling, you got people who are doing day trading, and they really don't feel like getting out. Or they don't have a vehicle and all that. So they say, well, I'll do Ron. But they don't understand the complexities that can exist with doing Ron. And Ron is even more demanding because it's like, okay, yeah, we ready to go now. We just want you to hop online. And if you're using one of those platforms, Proof and Notarize or whoeverIze and all of that, they like, hey, hop online. We're going to do it right now. And you're like, whoa, I ain't ready. No, okay, next. So there's some logistics that you got to have together to do Ron. It's not like you can just say, okay, I'm only going to do Ron from 1 to 3. If the people aren't available from 1 to 3, and we got more and more now where people who are doing Ron, the people who need the document signed, they're in a different country, they're on a different time zone. They're not in a country that's on the same time zone as you. They're in a country that is in a completely different time zone. So it might be 3 in the morning their time when you're meeting with them. So you got to know what you're doing. That's the difference. That's what you got to take into account. So people are looking at Ron as a get out of doing closings in person card. That's what they're looking at it as, and that's not the case. So you're frustrated because you thought it would be this way, but it really is that way. And the bad part is that you're paying money to people who aren't being upfront and telling you. And then what's worse is that you're not looking at my videos on my YouTube channel where I outline all of this, where I talk about this stuff over and over and over again. I'm only doing this video because I know you're not going to go back and look at the videos that I did or the playlist I did on Ron. You're not going to look at the videos that I've done where I talk about why is it so hard to get a closing. And I got it in a playlist called Signings. You see what I'm saying? I think that's what it's called. But it's a playlist there. I talk about why you can't get orders and things of that nature. But y'all don't want to go back and look at those videos. So people call me up and say, hey, have you done a video about why it's so hard to get signings? Yes, I did one. Oh, you did? Go look at it. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to go check it out. People don't want to look at it because they think that, oh, well, put something new out. There's nothing new to be said. The situation is why you can't get signings is the same. You don't meet their criteria. You didn't do a good profile. You're in an area that's not active with closings, or the people don't really have a need for general notary work. It's nothing changed. It's the same. And you can market all day long, but if the people who you're marketing to still don't have a need for you, and you know, that just popped in my head. Maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe people think that because I marketed and you saw my marketing, that instantly made you have a need for me. This is not like a car detailing business where you drive around and you market to people who already got cars that you do detailing inside and out of the car. Well, they have a car, and at some point in time, they probably could use you. They could do it as a gift for their spouse to get the car cleaned and vacuumed out. They could do it for the next door neighbor, you know, who might lives across the street or next door to them, to the left or right, that is elderly and they need some help cleaning their car out because they're elderly and they can't get out there and do it. Or they might be wheelchair bound or something to that effect. They might have one of those handicap vans that, you know, that's specially designed for people in wheelchairs, but the car is dirty and they have a hard time. So with a car detailing business, you can market that, hey, if you have a neighbor that needs, you know, that's a disabled neighbor, we'll do it for half price. Okay, I'm a notary. Hey, we'll notarize your neighbor's documents at half price. Well, I don't know if my neighbor has a document. I know my neighbor has a car. That's tangible. That's viewable. That's okay, boom. So when people market, you're marketing to people who may not have a need for you. And if they have a need for you, an attorney or attorneys or title offices and all of that, are you available when they need you? So what I'm seeing is that when we're marketing, the majority of the people who are marketing aren't available to the people who actually need them. Hey, can you be here next Tuesday from 10 to 2? Oh man, I'm gonna be at work. I work a job down at the shipyard, and they ain't gonna I ain't gonna be able to do that. Well, can you take leave? Well, I gotta put in for it, 2 weeks ahead of time. So you're not available. Nah. Okay, so you market it like you was this notary that could pop, block, and yeah, I can, but I can only do it from like 5 to 7:15, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and from 5 to like 6:30 every day else. Well, I'm gonna be off because I'm an attorney. We leave at 5 o'clock. Oh, y'all do? Yeah. Our stuff is doing it. Oh yeah, see, I didn't even think about that. That's what I get from people. Oh, I didn't even think about when y'all work. I'm just looking at when I want to do it. And that's the problem. People is like, I want to do it at this time. That's when it's most convenient for me. But y'all forget that we're in a service industry. So when is my service can be most available to the people? That's the question. And for a lot of us, it's very limited. And when you're working a job and you don't have the money to just walk away from that job, now you're stuck. You're like, man, this is hard. This is hard. Man, Griff make it look easy, because I worked my butt off when I had to and when I could to get my money up to the point where I could walk away from my job and do this full time. Then I turn around and I still take every order that I can take so that I can keep money coming into the household at $40, at $80, at $200. I do that so that I just got money coming in irregardless of the dollar amount. That's what I'm doing. And that's the part that many of you are not doing or have no desire to do. You have to have a desire to put in that level of effort. And if you do not have that desire, then it's over. So that's all, y'all. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. I know it's hard, but it's going to be all right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.